We're not quite at that point as our kids are small, but I nevertheless curse the inventor of the iPad daily when subjected to insufferable whinging over its banning. Number 1 punishment for misdemeanors ranging from trying to backflip off furniture to deciding to hate mushrooms. And while my daughter has never watched anything racier than the big reveal of a Kinder Surprise, there are times I've heard a swear come from some video my son has unearthed on YouTube, and I have to make like I'm training for the 400 meters hurdles to hit the off button. But secondary school is where SHT gets real. Not having a mobile phone is as bad as wearing Tesco-owned brand trainers in 1989 when everyone else had Adidas kicks. And even worse than that is having a bad mobile phone. Giving them that old school Nokia from the junk drawer is akin to saying, "Please flush my head down the loo" for being a social pariah. But, of course, modern Android phones are ripe with potential for terrible happenings. I have friends whose 12-year-olds have been trolled on Instagram and caught watching porn. How can those seemingly innocent eyes have looked at such things? Yet, you can still get lucky and land a technologically challenged one. My pal gave her son a phone when he started secondary, and he treats it like my mum does her 10-year-old flip phone, namely turning it on twice a year to tell me they're stuck on the M1. There are a string of WhatsApp messages - "Don't forget your kit, Charlie's dad is picking you up after rugby, have you remembered to feed the hamster?" And every one of them has fallen on deaf ears. The only thing she finds it helpful for is to check what he bought in the canteen, because they pay with their phones. So she might be none the wiser about whether he did his homework, but she knows he likes posh snacks because he shared a cinnamon swirl with Albert at lunchtime. Another sign of the times. Whatever happened to spam fritters, eh? They have never even seen a cassette, or a Sony Walkman, and even think the iPod is from olden times. My daughter learned to swipe left before she turned 2. My mum still doesn't know how to do that and she's 73. They look at DVD players like we would look at a gramophone and think CDs were invented in the Ice Age and listened to by prehistoric man. Feel Lara's pain? Let her know on Twitter, @Lara Kilner. About Lara, mum to a shouty 6-year-old and a fast-moving 2-year-old. Along with going to work and getting annoyed with my husband for leaving his pants on the floor, there isn't much time for anything else.